Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. I think my wife cheating on me with my coworker and I honestly don't know what to do. So to start off, I don't really like using platforms like this, but I need to let this out and vent somehow, so here I go. I'm 33M, and wife, 30F, been together for 11 years, and I thought everything was good between us until recently. For some context, I work as a dispatcher for truckers, and it's a pretty good job. I get good benefits and I make enough where we can both be comfortable. My wife had a job with building gaming computers, but she lost job due to cutbacks, so I've been the sole earner, and I've been picking up a lot of hours. And one day my car battery died on me, so I had my wife take me to work, and when we made it to the parking lot, I saw my coworker Andrew. I waved at him and he walked over to say hello, and that's when I introduced him to wife, and she got out of the car to shake his hand, and he looked at me and said that you never told me that your wife was so beautiful. She blushed and I laughed, not thinking about it, saying I'm lucky to have her, and then we both walked into work after I kissed my wife goodbye. Few days later I got my car good and running, so I've been going to work like normal, but during lunch I couldn't help but notice my wife's car in the parking lot, so I walked towards it and see her and Andrew talking and eating lunch in her car. I got upset but kept it cool and knocked on her window. She opened door and said, "Oh, I forgot to tell you that me and Andrew were having lunch today together." Then Andrew said, "I hope you're not angry." I took deep breath and said no, and I turned around and walked to the car because if I said anything else it was going to start an argument, but I can feel my wife getting frustrated because I walk away like that. So later that day when I got home, she blew up on me saying that I embarrassed her in front of Andrew, and I said, "Why do you even care? And when did you even start hang out with him?" She said, "I'm a grown-ass woman and I don't have to tell you shit," and then walked off, and since then she been distant, and I noticed she's been on her phone more, calling and texting her friends, but I just know that it's Andrew, but I don't want to accuse her, then I'm wrong and I look like an asshole, but at the same time I want to say something, I don't know what to do. Update: I didn't think it'll blow like this, but I'd like to thank you guys for the advice and support. I talked to my friend and he gave me a Apple AirTag. I'm gonna put it in my wife's car and trail to see if I can find anything, and collect evidence so I don't get ducked in court if we do end up divorcing. But a part of me doesn't want to do it because I don't know if I can handle the pain. Me and this woman went through a lot and been through a lot of shit, and I can't believe she really going to throw it away this easily. But I'm still gonna have to do it. I'll try to update again when I have the time. Dude, she went to your work to have lunch. Not with you, but with another man who she just met. If I were you, I'd confront Andrew and tell him to stay the duck away from my wife. Also, you should take your wife's phone when she isn't expecting it and go through it. What would she think if you showed up at her work to have lunch with her coworker? You need to nip this in the bud immediately. I was planning on doing that. Andrew is on vacation, but he's coming back in 3 days. I'll give update then. Where is his vacation? Your bedroom. Your wife's attitude is awful and I would divorce her for that, not her cheating on you with Andrew. Having lunch with him in her car in your job parking lot and telling you that you embarrassed her in front of her affair partner is a bit too much. Embarrassed her? That's ducking rich. Right? This woman. The audacity. I would make sure Andrew is not meeting up with your wife on his vacation. Take the morning off, but don't tell your wife and leave like you are going to work. Sit outside and watch. He might come over or she might leave to meet him. Hope neither happens and you just choose a vacation day. That's what a GPS in her car and VAR in the house is for. Get your wife's phone and see what you can find. Then draw a dark red line in the sand. She needs to go full no contact and be open with her phone and social media until she can regain your trust, and that if you even think she's talking to him, or anyone else inappropriately, the relationship will be over immediately and her things will be on the front porch. Stand up for your marriage and your boundaries, mate. Otherwise, she'll just continue to piss on them. I bet they are communicating all the time. Don't confront either of them. Gather proof first. Check her phone/get a VAR or spy cam in her car. Both completely disrespectful towards you. And the outburst. There is a chance she did something similar in the past. How did she even get his number? How long it is since you introduced her to him? Keep your eyes open. Even if nothing happened between them yet, you should file a divorce just for the disrespect she has shown you. Don't let her walk over you. Go grey rock and kick her to the curb. Vacationing where? Look up Davo, a common manipulation tactic used by cheaters. Dude, put a GPS tracker on her car and hide a voice-activated recorder inside it. Hide voice-activated recorders in the family room and bedroom. Get a Ring doorbell to monitor who is coming to or leaving your house. Hide an Anycam type recorder in the family room facing your sofa and in the bedroom if you can. Start coming home at random times during the day while he is on vacation. Once he is back at work, if he leaves early, make up an excuse to leave a half hour later. You can get phone records and find out who she is calling and texting. If you are able to turn on location sharing, then do it. She is acting shady, then you need to act like nothing's bothering you. Give her enough space and rope to hang herself as you collect evidence. No. Do not confront him. That's some of the worst advice. You will only make things worse because it'll get right back to your wife and she'll blame you for being controlling and get on her high horse while she's being completely inappropriate. Just be chill and monitor her. She weaponizes her emotions against you a lot clearly. She went and had lunch in her car at your work with someone else without telling you. Can't express how much of a red flag that is. Her omission is cause for concern. Nothing may be going on but the intentions she has are probably not good. First step is her confiding personal details, like your relationship with him, then next step is emotional cheating, then next they'll be ducking in her car and in your place when you're not there. Nip this in the bud by monitoring her, then when you have proof of inappropriate behavior, confront her and step away before she has a chance to storm off like she usually does. Yes, but the man's wife went his work to have lunch with his coworker. I almost have to wonder if the wife and the coworker have been hooking up prior to that first meeting. Where did the wife give the husband a ride to work? Yay, exactly. The wife is the one mainly at fault, so confronting the coworker may actually have the opposite effect that op desires. Seen it all before, many times. Confronting the AP rarely achieves the desired goal. I second that. Don't confront him. Check your wife, she was and is wrong AF. Also, why don't you tell HR? I don't think the company would like that. Why bother to wait 3 days? Just go ahead and post the rest of the story. I like the part where you catch them in the truckers lounge. He's not named Tyrone in this story. Oh shoot, well maybe he'll try and confront her at her hair salon. You can talk to him, but if your wife doesn't want to back up, they are still going to see each other in different places. Ask him what is going on between him and your wife. Also, when your wife goes to sleep, look at her phone. Tell her that she needs to go get a job, any job she can get, and if you don't have kids, it will be a straightforward divorce. Why confront Andrew? Check your wife, she's married to you, not Andrew. Your wife was wrong, dead wrong. Check her ass, you go home to her, not Andrew. Oh, horse crap. There is no nipping this in the bud, too late. But it wasn't this incident with Andrew. This is not the first time she's been inappropriate. She did not go 0 to 60, good wifey to be on wheels having lunch with a man she just met / your coworker in her car, while you are right there. Andrew is a douche, but so is the problem. Has she always been this verbally disrespectful? She essentially told you to F off. I despise women like this. I've known women like this. Update, I think my wife is cheating on me with my coworker. Hey guys, I know it's been a while since I posted, but so much happened during that time span and I finally found the time to update. First off, I would like to thank all of you guys for the support and advice that really helped me. Quick recap, my wife has been hanging out with my coworker Andrew without telling me, and when I found out she basically started getting distant from me, so I suspected that she's been cheating on me with him. When I started to suspect it, my friend gave me his airdrop and I hid it in my wife's car and followed her. She told me that she was going to see a friend, but I didn't believe, so I followed her in my friend's car to make sure she couldn't spot me, and after a 20-minute drive she drove up to a hotel. I'm not gonna lie, I felt sick and my heart kept pounding. I was really hoping that I was wrong and she was seeing a friend, but instead I saw Andrew waving at my girlfriend, and then I saw her running and jumping on this guy and kissing him. I was so hurt and angry I wanted to get out and beat Andrew ass and tell my wife to get all of her shit out the house, but I didn't. Instead I took out my phone and took some pictures and drove off when I saw them walk in the hotel. I went home and cried, screamed, yelled and punched a hole in the wall. I was feeling too many emotions at once. I called my friend and came over and I showed him the pictures and started crying again. I scream 11 years down the ducking drain. My friend gave me a hug and told me to get a lawyer and to keep stacking up evidence against her. I didn't know if I could keep up the farce anymore, but I told my friend I'll try. So during these past weeks, I've been stacking up evidence and keeping my distance. I've seen them go to restaurants, movies and hotels, and every time it hurts, but I tough it out, and she always told me she was going out with her friends, or family, but I never called her on it and said okay. I thought I could keep it up for at least a few more days, especially because the lawyer I'm seeing said that I have more than enough evidence to make sure I win and keep everything when we divorce, but I think I messed up yesterday. Yesterday was my birthday and I wasn't really feeling it. My wife didn't even tell me happy birthday, but her parents did, and when I went to work, my co-workers got me a cake and some gifts. I tried holding back the tears because for a moment I forgot about everything, at least until I saw Andrew. He got me a gift and I fake a smile and said thank you, and when I open it was the comic Batman, Death of the Family, and I'm actually surprised because no one at work knew I was into comics, and DC was my favorite, and when I told Andrew that, he said my wife told him, and then all I saw was red. Next thing I know, my co-workers are holding me back, and Andrew is in the corner covering his nose and yelling, "What the duck?" And then I screamed, "I know you've been ducking my wife." Everyone got silent, and looked at Andrew, and he tried explaining it to me, but I didn't care. All I wanted to do was beat his ass until he stopped moving. But then my boss came in and sent Andrew home, and took me to his office, and I told him everything, and showed him some of the pictures. He apologized to me and gave some time off to sort everything, and he will deal with Andrew. Shit really went south when I got home and my wife was waiting, and she blew up on me saying that I was wrong for doing that to Andrew, and that she talked him out of pressing charges for hitting him, and kept yelling and yelling saying Andrew makes me feel like a real woman, and treats me right and knows how to make me feel special, and I finally pop and just yelled I don't give a duck. She looked surprised and went silent, and I kept going saying if he makes you feel special go live him, and have him support you because I'm done. And then she had the nerve to cry and say that she's say sorry, plus she tried saying how Andrew caught her at a moment of weakness, but I just took a deep breath and told her to get a lawyer because we're getting a divorce, and she really tried to apologize and said that she can't afford one and that we need to work on us, but I just looked at her and told her to pack up, and she kept crying and begging, but I just got her suitcase and called her sister to come pick her up. But she locked herself in the bathroom saying she won't come out until I was willing to work thing out with her. I kept telling her that I didn't want to work anything out, and we needed space because when I saw her I felt angry and hurt, and she finally got out and apologized, and then she packed her shit and waited outside for her sister. And now I'm finally in the house alone and I can't stop crying. I feel so many things and I just don't know anymore. I'm going to see my lawyer tomorrow. And sorry if I was all over the place with my post. I'm just feeling horrible and emotional, but I am planning on seeing a therapist soon. I'll definitely update everyone once all this blows over. I like to thank everyone again for the advice and support. If you want to know what started all this BS, read the first part. Sounds like Andrew caught her at a couple of hundred moments of weakness. Her ass needs to bounce once and land on the curb. Make sure you divorce her. She only wants to work it out because she's homeless. Agreed, she's thinking about the loss of financial support and what her life will look like. Words like sorry just don't cut through the anger and pain. These next few months are going to be an emotional tornado as you revamp your life. All I can say is don't drink, date, or spend too much time alone. Stay the course. Do not take her back. Divorce her ASAP. Thanks for the hit, you should have done that from the beginning. Well done, man, congratulations. Love it, but the wrong person was on the other end. You could potentially lose your job for hitting someone in the workplace. Don't let her take something else from you, she's not worth it. I understand the tears, however, don't cry in front of her. In her current state of mind, she will not feel sorry for you. Instead, she'll see it as weakness and you being too weak to divorce. Whether you decide to R or D, you're in a stronger bargaining position if she does not see you cry. I hope you live in an at-fault state. I hope you can take your STBXW to the cleaners. I hope Andrew that scumbag gets fired. You got that, and man, I tip my hat, you stood tall like a boss, slapped the divorce papers in her direction and kept repeating, well, I surely hope Andrew will continue to make you feel special. My heart breaks for you, but you aren't alone. He was rather rude to give you that book with that title. You brought him back to reality and her. Women are too dunce who fall for pickup artists. They drop like hop spread after because they know they can't trust you or get you to further sink in shame. Death of the family. The audacity of that F. He is getting himself off from doing that. She's only sorry you are kicking her freeloading butt out. Good for you for sticking up for yourself and not taking sloppy seconds from your coworker. So she says she wants to work on the relationship after she says Andrew makes her feel like a real woman and special. She uses manipulation to add to more disrespect. Make sure you do financial discovery. You should be able to recover half of the money she used on her boyfriend. Sorry you are here. Clapping, clapping, I'm so glad you got to punch him, smiling face with hearts, he's a ducking prick narcissist. I can't believe he had the nerve to give you a gift, mind blown, angry face, I am so glad you kicked her out as well, clapping, clapping, why the duck did she think she could treat you that way is beyond me. What did she think that you were gonna be hurt and sad and be okay with her keeping Andrew as a side piece? You are an amazing person. To keep yourself composed the whole time, getting the evidence, that must have been so hard and traumatizing for you. 2 hearts, crying face, 2 hearts, please hear me when I say if you need someone to talk to, please feel free to message me. I come on here sporadically, but I will message you. If you need to vent or rant or just ask questions, I'm here for it. It's going to be hard at first, but I promise you it gets easier and you will feel eventually like a weight was lifted off your soul. 2 hearts, I promise you will. Folded hands, smiling face with hearts, 100. May you be blessed with a quick divorce and may she leave you alone and Andrew and her get all they deserve. You are doing everything right. I am so sorry this happened to you. Hold your head up because the awfulness is hers, not yours. You didn't do anything wrong, she did. Your morals hold, hers are for shit. I'm so sorry op. But I'm so proud of you at the same time. Stick to your decision. Notice how boastful she was until you told her you don't give a duck. She was so used to manipulating you and really thought she could have all the safety of being with you with all the thrill of ducking your coworker. Let her sleep in the bed she made. You endured the unimaginable to collect all that evidence while she lied for sport. It hurts, but it will feel so much better after divorce when you can wipe the slate clean from her absolute mess. None of this is on you. Cheaters are shitty, they will do all they can to blame you for their mess. She really tried to apologize and said that she can't afford one and that we need to work on us. That's rich. Was she working on us when she was getting plowed by Andrew, the one who makes me feel like a real woman and treats me right and knows how to make me feel special? Cheaters, man. They're pure garbage. The last thing you need right now is to be alone. Find things to do and people to be with, friends and family who can emotionally support you. Don't you have an aunt who needs her kitchen painted, for instance? The audacity of this woman FFS. First she insults you, belittles, disrespects and compares you to him. Then, cries and wants to fix marriage. Glad you told her you are done. She can't afford a lawyer? Too bad, Andrew can take care of her now. Don't dare you take her back. Kick her to the curb. Expose her cheating ass to family/friends with evidence so she can paint you as the bad guy. He got me a gift and I fake a smile and said thank you, and when I open it was the comic Batman, Death of the Family. Death of the Family. What a scumbag. Can't blame you that you kicked his ass. Hope your boss will have balls and get him fired. He caught her at the moment of weakness, so it's him who started? Little validation and attention and she opens her legs. Did your soon-to-be ex-wife explain how she got his number? How long have they been cheating? He had his fun. I bet he drops her like a hot potato. At least you don't have kids. Divorce should be easier. Keep full North Carolina. Follow lawyer's advice. Don't drink/stay alone in the house. Go out and meet friends/family. Take care. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night. Wherever you are.